Hello everyone and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the first race of the 2026 fall season. Here we are with 24 karts out on the track, gridding up and ready to get their first championship points of the summer season. Last race was the finale of the summer. Now we're going right into fall.
Right into the fall season. In the front row, we're starting off this season strong with Nick in pole and Alex Seguin in second, followed very closely by our defending champion David Bustervilli and Colin Flynn. That's our top four. They're coming down the front straight right now, huddled up 2 by 2, a nice line of 24 karts. Well, 2 files of 12. Flag bearer hasn't gotten ready yet. Oh, flag bearer waves the flag and they're away. Let's go off to the 2026 fall season. Everybody's going to get a nice, decent start in the roller coaster, as there's going to be 3 wide into roller coaster. Can they make it through? I'm hoping so. It seems like they definitely could. By the way,
I do see a splash of dust as it looks like some people put their tires in the dirt. Let's see if they're able to get back on quite there. It'll just be the dirt in the wake, and all the karts are pointing in the right direction. They're now going through light bulb and into the top of the world, and they're going to be sorting themselves out to see where they're going to be sitting.
Now, it's worth noting we have plenty of new faces in the league race now that the new season's starting. Some of those new faces are near the middle and back of the pack here. So hopefully we can see them move forward in the ranks and have a great first race of the season. But so far, Nick is holding his lead. We got Alex and David in that order. That's our top 3. Then we got Colin, Sergey, Ashray. One of the new races, Jeremy, followed by Davidson. Oh, who's behind Davidson? White shirt, white helmet, that could be anyone. We'll get them when they come back to the first straight, or the front straight. But so far, we're off to a great start, seeing plenty of battles all throughout the field. Top 5's breaking away. So that's going to be Jeremy defending off against everyone else. Is that Jeremy? Yes, it is, in that race suit. I recognize him. Really good first race from Jeremy to find himself in 6th place. But coming down now, we got the top 5. And they're all going so fast. Holy moly. So many names to keep track of. But 2 by 2, we got the old rivalry. That is Kirk, who was 3rd in the championship, starting from the back today. Already found himself up battling Randy, one of his friends. Kirk, in 1 lap, made it up half the pack. That is the power of a championship podium finisher, to go from back of the pack to middle of the pack in the span of 1 lap. Very good driving from Kirk.
Yep, and at the beginning, that's really your best chance to make those heroic jumps because, you know, everyone hasn't spread apart yet with the pace. So it looked like he was able to cleanly do it. I didn't see any karts facing the wrong way. So very impressive show from Kirk to make it through right there. And here we see all of our trains kind of forming into their own like nice little 5-way battles. And then and then a big battle for like not last place going on. But battle for the lead. At the turn 3, Woo! It looks like we have a move on the outside being taken, maybe a defensive move.
Yeah, that would be Alex trying to make a move on the lead and losing 2 positions. Alex going for gold instead goes for the dust, but he's defending for all he's got. Alex goes from 2nd to 3rd, and now that's David, our defending champion, is going to be seeing what he can do for the lead of the race against Nick. Everybody in the top 5 has won a race before. Woo, that's Sergey going down the inside. Stealing a position from Colin, who didn't see it coming. Really sneaky but clean move from Sergey to get that done into roller coaster. Sergey moving up to 4th, putting Colin in 5th place. So our top 5 is Nick, David. Oh, I did not just forget his name. White suit, gray shirt. That is Alex in 3rd. I'm used to his red race suit. Then we have Sergey in 4th and Colin in 5th. That's our top 5.
It was like Jeremy, I think?
Jeremy's in 6th and in his own race right now because Ashray is holding off 7th.
All right, I'm near. Ashray is indeed, and the person behind him has quite the battles going on behind them. As although the top 5 are in their line and they're going to be looking for something there, these guys got to sort themselves out. Otherwise, we're going to see some huge momentum struggles off the back of that corner into the pretty decent braking zone of turn 3.
Oh, yeah. So that is Davidson and Andrew battling behind Ashray. Because they're both white suit, white helmet, it's hard to tell who's who until they cross the front straight. Big battle in the front! We got Nick, the cork in the bottle, and David having to make great defensive moves. Side by side goes, that is Alex and Sergey. Side by side, we got David seeing if he can make a move on the outside to take the lead, but not quite. They all settle in. Really tense action in a group for the top 5 of the race.
And then the most tension in that train back there. Everything's going to pop off a little bit there, and they're going to be going too wide into double apex, having gone through roller coaster in that too wide situation. This pack is going to possibly split apart a little bit unless they can sort themselves out cleanly.
By the way, due to connectivity issues, we won't have the standings on screen today, but we'll do our best to get the names. Fortunately, most of the names are familiar. As we see, Jeremy just having his own race. There's a gap. Oh, there's dust! There's a spin! Oh! Contact! And
right
lots of racers
there.
go off!
Oh, my goodness.
What the heck happened there?
It looked like someone was pushing a little bit too hard.
Ashray's facing backwards.
Got a wheel on the dirt, and then you just lose traction in your backwards. That's an unusual spot for people to have been spun around there, so that led to a lot of follow-up incidents as well.
Really good on all the racers to mostly avoid Ashray. I didn't see a head-on collision. There was some contact of evasive maneuvers, but fortunately no major serious crashes came of that. Really good awareness from all the drivers going into turn 7 there. That is a very tricky spot. Unfortunate for Ashray to find himself facing backwards, but the race is still on. We're still in the relatively early stages of the race. Ashray can probably make back a lot of positions.
It looks like there's an abandoned go-kart in roller coaster.
And we see other racers that were caught up in that coming into the pits. Something must have happened. I'll hear about it in the pit lane later.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like someone abandoned a cart at the end of roller coaster there.
Oh, that is from the LCQ. There was a technical difficulty during the formation lap of the LCQ where another cart had to be drove out to one of the racers whose cart broke down, and that is the cart we see down there at the end of roller coaster.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the top 5 are getting away with it. Jeremy in 6th, sitting comfortably for his first race. In 7th is Kirk. Kirk, who started from the back, is on a charge for 6th place. Holy moly, Kirk is on fire.
And here we're going to see where he can close that gap in that back straight there. But it looks like the battle for the top 5 is popping off a little bit.
Yeah.
Someone's out of position, and they're going to regain that spot for that inside line, and they're going to hold on to that throughout there. But it looks like Sergey is looking.
Yeah, Nick is the cork in the bottle today. Nick doing his best Sergey train impression for the lead. Nick, David, Alex, Sergey, and Colin. That order has not changed through this race. It may have changed temporarily because they keep jockeying for position, but ultimately that's what it boils down to at the end of each lap. We'll see if that explodes later in the race as we enter the closing stages later. We're still in the middle stages. Anything can happen out here, but they're all being very patient with each other because they saw what happened to Alex. Alex, who was in 2nd, tried to make a move on Nick, and it didn't work for him. Alex dropped down to 3rd. So it's going to be a huge risk to try to make a move in this top 5. Because once you go for a move, you leave yourself very vulnerable to lose everything.
Yeah, and it was really good on Alex to only minimize the loss as much as he did, because it looked like he was about to get sent to the back of the pack earlier there.
In other news, Kirk has caught up to Jeremy. Let's see if Jeremy can defend against Kirk, the third place championship finisher from last season, on his first race here at PGP. I gotta say, Jeremy's doing fantastic for his first race out here. I think he's drove out here before, but this is his first league race. And to be this far up in a league race for his first league race, he's driving fantastically. But lap times and racecraft are two very different things. Ask me how I know. Kirk is caught right up to the bumper. Let's see how this unfurls.
And it looks like Kirk was looking to see if he could just get on to that line right at the end of the corner. It looks like Kirk does have like a lot of pace in the corners through there, and it looks like we could see an overtake attempt thrown very shortly. Very shortly.
Oh yeah, Kirk's making the move in double apex. He made it. He made it in double apex. Very clean move from Kirk. I hope Jeremy learns to close the door in double apex, because technically you want to kind of go a little bit wide, just a little bit, to gain momentum in the light bulb. But if you don't close that door and keep it firmly shut, you're susceptible to a move like that, and that's what we saw Kirk take advantage of. Back to our top 5 here. They're all coming into the turn 5-4 chicane. They come in out as they were many laps ago. So far, they all have equal pace. Equal pace for the lead of the race. This is anyone's race. As the weather starts to heat up, the sun is peeking through the clouds. It was 70 degrees when the race started. I wouldn't be surprised if it's almost 80 now. It is getting hot.
Yep. Even though this is technically named the fall season, we are still in August, and very much summer weather is here.
Oh yeah, the summer weather, nice warm track, great racing conditions. We're still coming down. Oh, we see David trying. Nick is on the defensive. Nick knows he's being hunted by a pack, and Nick is a very stuck cork in a very stuck bottle. Nick is taking very defensive lines. This is only going to build up the pressure as someone's going to find a chink in the armor from someone at some point. This isn't going to last the whole race, I can guarantee that.
Especially once the tension of the last lap flag is thrown. That's probably where we'll see the fully carbonated bottle burst.
Oh yeah, when that white flag goes out, I think all bets are off and everyone's going to just throw it into turn 4.
Yeah, because I think right now they're just searching for the lap times. They're searching for gaps so that way they can have their safe duel. Because, as we've seen with Alex, overtakes are not the fastest way to move around the track. They're the way to get in front of someone, and if you're going to compromise...
Keep it on turn 3. We got a battle going into turn 3. That is Jeremy ahead of Andrew. Andrew, who is this is not his first season out here. Jeremy now defending against who I would consider the heavy hitters. These guys really know what they're doing out here. Jeremy finds himself way up here. I'd say he's definitely qualified to race with him. The only thing holding him back is a lack of his experience at this particular track. He has demonstrated pace and decent racecraft, and he has a really nice race suit. I really like really nice race suits.
Race suits are really nice.
But yeah, Jeremy's showing defensive capability. He's not leaving that door open anymore. Andrew is going to have his work cut out for him. Andrew is wearing white today instead of his gray race suit. So hopefully I am so glad I'm able to discern white suit, white helmet today.
Yeah, it does look like we have that particular battle going on, and it looks like Jeremy is wise to keeping it narrow at top of the world there.
But
because it's like a really easy overtaking spot if you don't.
Coming out of turn 4 now, we have our pack of leaders. Can anyone get a good run out of turn 4? It looks like our top 3 are kind of getting away. Colin got some momentum, but Sergey saw it coming and is defending. Really disciplined. Great from Sergey, but Alex is trying to make a move on David. Alex making a move again. He sensed the gap behind him and tried to throw a move. It didn't quite work, and he tucks back in. This is the kind of battle we go as David makes a move for the lead of the race. David on the inside, Nick on the outside. David claims the lead of the race, and he makes it work, but he doesn't have the momentum to seal it. Now it's side by side. Nick and Alex for second place. Can they settle in through? Yes, they can. The new race order is David, Nick, Alex, Sergey, and Colin. That is our new top 5. David, the current defending champion, is now the lead of the race. Yep. Brilliantly executed from David.
And it was a nice controlled hiss from the carbonated bottle cap here, as only the lid was removed. The bottle itself did not quite explode, and we were able to relieve that tension with our new leader, David.
Woo!
Up in the lead, Nick in second place. We're going to see how this continues, and if David has the pace to run away from this gap now that he has the lead.
Also, update on the Jeremy and Andrew battle. Jeremy and Andrew are still as they are. Jeremy's defending against Andrew, so that's really good job by Jeremy. But all this battling is letting Scott Miller slowly catch up. The Rainmeister in these dry conditions is no slouch, I'll tell you what.
And it looks like the battling continues again, as it looks like there was a little bit of a dummy move thrown up on the inside by Nick. And here we see Kirk slowly catching up to this battle of 5.
Woo. I mean, we still have time. It is entirely possible that Kirk catches up to the top 5. He looks like he has the pace, and he is definitely hauling it.
Yeah, he's just right there for that, and the battle still continues. But
yeah, we got
might have
side
been
by
too
side.
Narrow.
On the outside is Andrew, on the inside is Jeremy, and Jeremy still has that momentum to cover off Andrew.
So,
really good battles. Also, off the side, there is a retirement, a technical retirement. It looks like one of the cars broke down. That is Abdi. Abdi, unfortunately, his car broke down. So he's going to be off to the side of the road with one of the staff members. Unfortunate for Abdi. He was one of the people that was caught up in the crash earlier. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, normally you don't see cars turned around at that particular spot. so it can be hard to avoid. It's also a narrower spot as well.
But all right, this race is starting to boil down into its closing stages. I'm looking around, seeing what kind of battles I can find. The top 5 are still building up the pressure cooker once more, but into the turn 3. Andrew's finally going to make a move on Jeremy. Can you make it stick? He's on the inside, but he has to break really close. Jeremy cuts it off, closes that door, and Jeremy retains 7th place. Great defending by Jeremy. Good discipline, but not the hardest commitment by Andrew. I think Andrew knew that despite his commitment, Jeremy was able to cover. And all this battling has let Scott Miller catch up to them. Oh boy. They managed to bring out a second kart for Abdi, so Abdi's back in the race.
Nice. So it's good to get like that track time at least. Sometimes you just need the practice. Sometimes you just need to spend the time on the track so that way you can come back stronger for the next race. This is only the first race of the season, and we also have the drop race rule.
Oh yeah. Just because you miss one race does not mean your championship's over. If you miss 2 races, then it's not looking good. But you can miss one. You can have one bad day. You're all right. Speaking of all right, our top 5. Still, I don't think I've ever seen a top 5 this glued to each other for the whole race. And spoiler alert, as they're rounding the last few corners, I see the flag bearer coming out. We are going to approach the final lap as they come around. So once that flag waves, they are going to explode. They're already exploding. They heard me. They're sneaking around different lines. Here they come, round turn 1. The final lap is upon us. That flag bearer is waving that white flag. Here they come. David, Nick, Alex, Sergey, and Colin. In that order, our top 5. Let's see what they come as the camera is not focused on them.
Well, Kirk has a lot of room to catch up with.
Oh yeah. I thought Kirk was going to catch him, but they all were disciplined. These top 5 are really hauling it.
And the battle between Jeremy
and Andrew still going strong. Jeremy's still defending. I'll keep you guys updated on that battle, but my eyes are fixated on the front. It's very rare we got a super pressure cooker coming through. It's all going to come down to the second half of the track. They're going to pile up together. You don't want to throw a move yet, otherwise it's going to ruin everyone's plans. They're all disciplined. They all know how to win a race. Really stacked up right behind David, who's defending with all he's got. Nick, is he going to make a move? No, he's not, because David saw it coming. Defensive into turn 5 and 4. That may compromise his momentum. Here they come. Who's going to get the best momentum coming out? David gets the best momentum. There's a slight gap. David's going to be able to defend, but Nick is catching up. Everybody has to defend as Sergey throws a move. Sergey going for 3rd place into turn 3 against Alex. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. He cuts him off at the last moment.
And then
Sergey takes 3rd.
Colin's able to capitalize a little bit, but no, Alex is able to hold him off, and Sergey is going to promote himself up to 3rd place, and that allows our winner,
David crosses the line. David, Nick, Sergey, Alex, and Colin. Then we got Kirk, but coming through, that is going to be Jeremy, but
and
now
Scott caught up.
Yo, Scott caught up. Scott passes Andrew at the last moment.
Amazing. Amazing defense to allow Scott to catch up and then take out the person who's been attacking you all race. We had a little bit of an incident like in that first part of the race there. We had a nice thrilling battle of the top 5 all the way through, and that was a great opener to our 2026 fall season. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the podium.
Start to the summer-fall season, so pretty exciting racing out there today. For the podium, in 3rd place, 3rd place, we have Sergey. Woo. Second place, we have Nick. Woo. Let's go, podium, baby. And 1st place, we have David. David! Get in there, David!